Hey folks, welcome back to HUBR Beer Review. Today, we're going to go visit our friends at Cumbre Brewing out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we're going to have their Crest Trail. Stick around and join us.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. You're not drinking it, we're drinking it. I've got Andy in the attic, I've got Jay, I am Ben. Definitely appreciate you checking out this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell.
What are we drinking, fellas?
Crest Trail, Cumbre Brewing Company, Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's their one of their IPAs.
Back up.
Whoa, Ben, that's a little close, brother.
Yeah, I don't want to see all that.
Let's crack her and get going. Come on.
You guys are obviously in a hurry to drink.
Yes, always.
Yep.
And it's an IPA. Come on.
Well, I was trying to slow play it just a little bit.
I know you.
Like, subscribe, cheers that notification bell if you already haven't had it.
I think it's so
Ooh.
easy.
Does it smell like a West Coast?
Maybe a little bit.
You're the one who did the research on it, right?
I did, but okay, yeah, says something. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
We're like all Picasso in our blue phase. Ben, when I saw your face and then I took the taste, I was like, I knew it. Yes, it is. This is definitely a West Coast.
It's heavy in the pine.
Well, Crest Trail. They describe it as aromas of pine and peaches, of all things.
I don't know about the peaches, but I can definitely get the pine.
Pine and peaches. All right.
Not getting the stone fruit, but I'll be darned, that is some piney.
Yeah, I can already tell Ben's gonna have this one.
Yeah, this is a 7.2% IPA, but I'm gonna just say it's in a West Coast style IPA. This is not your just standard middle. It's not an American IPA. This is not an English style IPA. This tastes so West Coast. The term Crest Trail refers to the trail that follows the crest of a mountain range. And the picture that you put up there is great because you can't see it as well on the can the way it's wrapped around, but good can art they got there.
Wait a minute, did you just pay me kind of a slight compliment there?
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
wow. Let's go ahead and mark this down on the show. I think this may be the first time in almost 500 episodes that Andy's actually given me a compliment. Appreciate that, Andy.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Wow. I'm not feeling quite myself today, so. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, La Cumbre Brewing Company is a regional brewery out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. La Cumbre means pinnacle or peak or something. So they are mixed in with the mountains there. And in Albuquerque, the mountain range out there are the Sandia Mountains. Sandia, Sandia. So that's their mountains out there. Mm-hmm. They were founded in 2010. And I think we're gonna describe them as a humble brewery. As I think we've got to find a name for breweries that do not give a lot of information on their website about their history, their founding, all about them. So it's a humble brewery.
It's a neat brewery, though. I enjoy visiting there. It's in the industrial district. They typically always have a food truck. When you go in, it has a lot of that, it has that wood bar, wood grain, wood benches, wood tables, wood chairs, everything. Then they actually have local art for sale on the walls. So it's a cool place. They do
So
a good job.
are you saying it's not the industrial feel that breweries of the last 10, 15 years always
Yeah.
seem to have?
It's more that natural.
It's more natural. I mean, you don't see a lot of the breweries we go into these days. You're gonna see the brewery equipment. They're gonna have the windows that show all of that. You don't see a lot of that there.
I don't mind that
And
so much. It's
no,
all
this
like
is
the
more.
black pipe.
No, this is all wood, and you go in there. It's
The black
more.
pipe.
It's more of that cabin rustic type feel. It's a neat place. They have an outdoor patio in the spring, summer, fall time. People sit out, and you'll often find the owner of the brewer sitting at the bar there. So,
Nice.
but yeah.
All
Jay,
right.
have you had this one before?
Mhm.
Did you have this one yet, Jay?
I have, yes.
All right, Andy, what do you think?
Well, I think you're not going to give it a great score, Ben. Excuse me. It is carbonated. Good grief. It is very much a West Coast style. I prefer East Coast New England, hazies, but I appreciate the work that it did. It is crisp. It is piney and resinous. It's not dank like some West Coast can be, but you get that pine bitterness. So I try and appreciate it for what it is. I'm going to give it a 7. It's clean and crisp. It's got a good color. I mean, you see through this thing. It's a quality beer, even though it's not. It's like judging a dog show. This might not be your favorite breed, but you can this is what this breed should look like. So.
I don't typically rate on that kind of scale.
I know you're a horrible judgy person.
Yeah. So,
ruthless, relentless. You got that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thumb. You just want to put
throw it out
people
there,
under
man.
it.
right. I think it's interesting with this one because we recently did West Coast Ghost, and I think the comment somebody made, maybe it was me, that said the most West Coast thing about this beer is the name. It's like we didn't see West Coast at all.
Say that.
I thought it was me. That it's not West Coasty at all, and then we have this one that it's just, hey, this is an IPA, and it doesn't mention West Coast, but it definitely leans in that direction. I'd say. I don't think it's definitely not the most West Coast beer that I've had, and I'd say that for y'all as well. I'm sure that it's kind of fringe West Coast in a sense for me. So I think in that regard, it's not. West Coast is my least favorite style of probably all beer. West Coast IPA. I don't really like the bitter. The bitter in beer is my least favorite thing, as I've said on the show numerous times. And the piney resin is just not my thing. That all being said, this one is not terrible because it's not all the way there, in my opinion. It's kind of like we've said a lot of times that this is a gateway beer. This is a gateway into craft beer. This is a gateway into IPAs. I think this one may be a gateway into West Coast because again, it's not too heavy for me, in my opinion. Would I drink it again? Sure. Is it something I'm going to reach for? Not unless you hand it to me. I mean, if it was this and some macros, I'm taking it. Okay.
You go in with T-Rex arms. It's like, I can't.
I don't
You gotta put it in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm not going to grab it. You got to put it in my hand.
So I don't think this one's bad. I like it. I'll drink it, but it's not, I guess I say I like it. I'll say that, on the edge.
You tolerate it.
Tolerate it. That's a better phrase. So I'm going to give it a 6.5. I think, I mean, I get what they're doing. And again, for a West Coast style, I don't think it's not what a lot of breweries seem to have tried to do over the last 5 to 10 years, which is blow you out of the water with the West Coast, you know, the hoppiness, the bitterness, all the pine and everything. So they're not trying to do that. It's kind of like a West Coast light, I guess, if that's how I could describe it for me. But you know, it's fun. 6.5.
Wow. Ben's evolving and maturing.
I know. Before our eyes. It's crazy. Oh.
We'd only had this beer 2.5 years ago. Right?
It's a 4.
You know, I think that's a great description of it, Ben. I mean, if you're looking for a West Coast entry-level type beer, this would probably be it. I mean, they don't put it in the description there. It does have that pine fir taste, and that's one of the things one of my buddies always jokes with me. He's like, well, you just drink pine needles. I'm like, no. There's so much more complexity to all these. This one is good. I really like it. It's not overpowering, over the top on that side. I'm a big fan of La Cumbre. I have been for years. I think they're one of the better breweries in Albuquerque. It's an 8 for me. But I'm glad to hear that you are evolving, Ben. I think that's progress.
You can't stay the same. You got to move one direction or the other. So, yeah.
I don't know. That first sip you took, I looked at your face. Because after I cracked it, poured, I smelled it. I was like, "Oh, Ben."
Yeah, it's West Coasty, but
yeah,
it's not offensive. It was mildly offensive. I'll put it that way. On the first sip, it's not as offensive as some of those that we've all had, that are just.
So everybody rewind it back to the point that Ben first took a sip and watch him.
But as you drink it, I mean, it gets a little more floral.
Yeah. Definitely opens up.
It opens up. I appreciate you being a sport on it, Ben. It's a good one.
I didn't have any choice.
I love their can art.
You provided it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, there's more coming too. I mean, that's what I was going to ask, Andy. I mean, is this our first
Trail Hazard? Not our first.
No.
Yeah, we've done.
We've had another. Yeah, but Trailhead is coming up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know, I think the great thing, and we've said this periodically on the show, the great thing about doing this show now for almost 3 years, which is insane to me, is that we've all tried beer that we would not have tried if it weren't for the show.
Oh yeah,
I
completely agree.
We all seek out.
Yeah.
Not
75% of the beer.
Yeah. I don't mean because we couldn't get it and find it. That was not my initial meaning, but that is true. But just, you know, we're trying things for the show that we've never had, and it pushes you to go to your local store and find something that you've never had, you know, and then bring it back for the show, and
broaden your horizons.
Yeah. So I think that's, if you're out there watching and you too want to do a lane beer review show, just jump in there and do it, because it's been a fun trip so far.
Another thing,
without any expectations.
The last time I was out there, Ben, which was probably 3 or 4 months ago, I actually went to La Cumbre, and they have 2 or 3 variants. I think I got one of the big bottles, the 500 milliliter, but barrel aged sours that they've done, and they were really good. I was very surprised. Yeah,
wow. I don't think I see any of those in my fridge over here. I don't.
Yeah.
What happened?
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm kidding, of course, Jay. Kidding.
They're not in the attic either.
Yeah.
So.
Jay is our procurer of things outside of the Mississippi and Alabama area.
Procurement, reconnaissance.
Yes. So, hats off to Jay. That is going to be a 7.2 for the Crest Trail India Pale Ale. Drinks like a West Coast, but it doesn't actually say it there on the label. From La Cumbre, definitely a beer. If you've tried, let us know what you think. Do you taste West Coast in that beer? Because we definitely do. Definitely appreciate you checking out this video. We got a whole bunch of links down below. You can check out our social media sites. You can check out our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It's a chat room. Come chat with us and the others who have joined us. We've got some links for some Hopped Up Beer Review merch. And then also we've got some links for some glassware and some of the hardware software that we use for the show. So a whole bunch of great information down in the description below. Check all that out if you're interested. If you are not, we just appreciate you checking out this video and making it this far.
You're not interested.
Yeah. But you can do us a favor. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up on the button down below. It helps the channel out. We would definitely appreciate that. If you've made it this far, we're going to go ahead and assume you have subscribed to our video and have stuck it out with us. And we appreciate that too as well. Thank you. For Andy in the attic and Jay, I'm Dan. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.